Good afternoon. How are you today? So glad you can join me again for another Thinking Tuesday message. So, thank you for joining me. And as always, I am so excited on Tuesday at noon when we spend some time in this thinking oasis, examining our thoughts, seeing how they're serving us, and having the courage to change, even when it might be difficult to do that. So, welcome to Thinking Tuesday, where we also believe that you are what you think, and who you are begins with how you think. So, let's just think about that for a minute because we want to be in touch with what we're thinking, what we're broadcasting to people about who we are, because that is shown in our behavior, in our actions, and it all starts with our thinking. So, once Dr. Cheryl comes on, you're going to be hearing about our thoughts, our thinking, because they drive our actions. We believe that your mind is a garden and your thoughts are the seeds, and that you can either choose to grow flowers or you can choose to grow weeds. And today I want to encourage you to choose to grow flowers. Get rid of those weeds. Get rid of those weeds. I also want to encourage you today to become, if you're not already, but certainly staying on the track of being a curious thinker. Why? Why am I asking you to consider or to continue being a curious thinker? Because by asking why, by cultivating a curious mind, we open opportunities to grow and learn. That simple three-letter word, why, takes us to many places where we can grow and we can thrive and really reach our potential. Growth is stimulated by asking why and keeping an open mind. You don't see anyone who's growing and thriving when they have their minds closed, right? Just like they say, a closed fist can't receive anything. A closed mind can't receive anything. An open fist, when you open your hand, you can receive. When you open your mind, you can receive. You've often heard of the term lifelong learner, right? That's what we should all strive to be, lifelong learners. But that is only possible when we cultivate a curious mind. There's nothing wrong with being a curious mind, as long as you're curious about the right things, right? I've always had a curious mind. Sometimes as a child, it got me into trouble. But for the most part, it has served me well. So I'm not surprised that about the fact that I ended up in this profession, which I love, where I can help people grow and thrive and improve their lives. And I cannot do that without being curious. I have to be curious and I have to allow my clients to become curious, even when it takes them to some uncomfortable places, because we know that growth occurs outside of our comfort zone. We are very, very good about hiding things, many times not deliberately, but it's part of our defense mechanism. We suppress things, we repress things because they might not be easy to deal with. They might be traumatic, they might be painful, but it doesn't mean that because they are painful that they should stay buried, because they never really stay buried. They come out in other ways, and you want to control the ways in which they come out rather than having them run amok, because that's what happens when we don't really take control of what's inside of us. What is suppressed, what is repressed. We have to help them to come to the surface. We have to begin to think about them. We have to become curious. Well, why am I behaving in this way? Why am I doing these things? Why does this keep happening to me all the time? That's the kind of curiosity that we have to have if we want to be lifelong learners. about anything, and certainly about ourselves. So when I take my clients to some of those places, they realize that was not so terrible after all. You know, when you first get cut, it hurts, it bleeds, but then it heals, right? It allows them to have some real life changing discoveries that serve them well because they have learned to become curious. And that's what I want to really urge you and encourage you to do today. Just keep an open mindset, a curious mindset. Unfortunately, many times we are discouraged from developing a curious mind. Perhaps as a child, for instance, you saw possibilities that your parents could not see or did not see. And you were discouraged from asking questions that would lead you in the direction of your dreams. I've had situations like those when I worked in the schools where, um, students have aspirations about doing certain things. And just because this was never done in their family, it was not encouraged. Or perhaps your curiosity would expose something that your family did not want to be revealed. Because we're not always proud of things that occur in our family, but life happens. So instead of hiding them, talk about them, try to understand them. Or perhaps you were seen as being too rude, too sassy. Children should be seen and not heard. So you were not encouraged to ask questions. You were not encouraged to question authority. Questioning authority is not bad, it's healthy. It's the way you question authority. There's so many ways in which our curiosity can be squelched. But I urge you not to be afraid of being curious. Many great opportunities are revealed through your curiosity. Opportunities are open to you when you ask why. So let me share a couple points with you that I hope will help you to cultivate a healthy curiosity. First, believe that you can be curious. Give yourself permission to be curious. There's so many people who would rather stop at saying, I don't know. You ask them a question, I don't know. Instead of trying to find the answer, being satisfied with I don't know puts up barriers, real barriers that prevent you from moving forward and gaining further understanding about what is being asked. So never be satisfied with I don't know. And if you don't know, ask someone to help you find the answers. Number two, have a beginner's mindset. Everyone has to begin somewhere. We're not always good at everything. We're not good at everything. We have our different gifts and talents. We can't be proficient at everything. We can strive to be, but there's some areas where we will not be as strong as in other areas. A beginner's mindset indicates that you are ready and willing to learn and open to learn. That's what a beginner's mindset is about. Even though you might be the only one with that mindset, it doesn't matter. You are doing this for you and your own growth. It said that if you're the brightest one in the class, the smartest one in the class, always the smartest one, then you're in the wrong class because curiosity should allow you to stretch yourself. Stretch yourself to be in the company of others who know more than you. There's nothing wrong with others knowing more than you. It doesn't make you less valuable because maybe you know something more in some other area than they know. So curiosity allows you to stretch yourself to be in the company of those who know more about a particular subject matter, a particular situation than you do. People you can learn from, those who can be mentors perhaps, who have walked the path that you are trying to build for yourself. So cultivate, keep an open mind, a beginner's mindset. Nothing wrong with that. It's healthy, it's good. You also want to embrace the word why. WHY. Even though it got me into trouble sometimes when I was a child, that was not enough to deter me from asking. Even as an adult, I enjoy asking why. I have different ways of asking why. People who are curious ask questions to find solutions in order to grow and move forward. That's why you ask. They see progress when others don't because they dare to ask why. They learn because they dare to ask why. So embrace the word why. Again, it's how you ask why, but don't be afraid to ask why. And then you also want to spend time with others who are curious. Birds of a feather flock together. You've heard that. This will continue to stimulate your curiosity, stretch your thinking as we do on Thinking Tuesday, and create a healthy mindset. Healthy mindset to see those possibilities where others see only obstacles. So that's what curiosity does for you. It helps to open up those avenues that were previously closed or unknown and help you to see the possibilities where others only see obstacles. And then you want to commit yourself to learning something new daily. It's not hard. Look for opportunities to learn and grow daily. Take risks that will allow you to know yourself better and allow yourself to be stretched. I'm not talking about dangerous risk where you're going to get hurt, where you know it's dangerous, but take risks, ask questions, engage in new activities, find new friends, um, read books. Well, that's not risky, but do things that make you feel uncomfortable, knowing that you're moving towards something positive. You'll be surprised. You will be really surprised at how far that will take you. So I leave you with these thoughts for now. I'd like you to meditate on them for a while and ask yourself, what's your level of curiosity? Which one of these 5 points that I shared with you have you been incorporating in your growth journey? Which ones can you adopt if you're not using any of those or some of those that would help you to grow into becoming a lifelong learner? So commit to being a curious person, a person who is not afraid to ask why, a person who is willing to take risks, a person who is willing to learn something new daily, and a person who does not mind being not the smartest person in the group all the time. Because, like I said, if you are, then you're really in the wrong group, in the wrong crowd. You should open yourself to opportunities to learn from others. So I hope this has added value to you. As usual, I'll ask you to share it with someone who you feel could benefit from this. And if you are interested in hearing other messages that I shared on Thinking Tuesday, please go to my YouTube channel, which is Cheryl Burton, Thinking Tuesday, where all of my previous messages are there for your enjoyment and your edification. Feel free to check out my website, drcherylburton.com, to see the services and programs that I offer. And if you have a need and you don't see it listed there, feel free to contact me through my website. I'll offer you a complimentary consultation to help you think through whatever it is that you have on your mind, point you in the right direction, and support you attaining whatever dream it is that you're trying to seek. So I hope this has added value to you. I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday at noon for Thinking Tuesday. Take care. Remember to remain curious. Learn something new every day. and ask why. Take care. Bye for now.